Hey everybody, Maria Wendt here, business coach for female entrepreneurs, and today I'm going to be showing you 5 sneaky ways that you can get clients in Facebook groups that don't allow promo. All right, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is called my before, after, how post. Before, after, how post. And essentially what you're going to do is you're going to create a post that shares a really big win, something that you're celebrating, something that you've accomplished, a big breakthrough that you've had. It can be anything, but just think about what are you celebrating, and in an ideal world, you want it to tie back to your industry, what you do, and the results that you want your clients to achieve. So you're gonna share the win, but you're also gonna share the before. So you're gonna share, here's where I was. So using myself as an example, I might share that I pulled in over $1 million in revenue in 2020, but I also might share my before, which is at one point in my career, I had $90 in my bank account.
I have $90 in a bank account right now.
I was living with 5 girls. I was in a terrible neighborhood, because that actually highlights and contrasts the after even more. We've got the before, we've got the after. Here's where the how comes in our before, after, how post. How did you do it? They're gonna ask you that in the comments. And this is where you have a little bit of your foot in the door to turn that person into a lead. So what I recommend you do, my little $7 kit, how to make sales in your inbox, I recommend that you learn how to turn those conversations into clients. So when somebody says, how did you do that? I might answer in the comments right there, and I might give a little bird's eye view overview, right? Just a little couple steps. And then when they ask further information, because they always ask for further information, I would say, mind if I privately message you? And then when they say, yes, sure, totally go for it, then you can send them a private message. And if you do decide to purchase, I'm gonna talk more about it later, but if you do decide to grab my little $7 kit that teaches you how to turn conversations into sales, you'll know exactly what to say to that person to turn her into a client. Highly recommend you grab it. It's $7, super worth it. We had one of my clients, Samantha, just recently messaged us, and she turned $7 into $997, into $1,000 just with that little kit. So super worth it. What I want to share with you is an example of a before, after, how post that I posted in another group that wasn't mine. Is what I've done here, as you can see, is I share the story of where I started, right? I said, I have exactly $92 in my bank account, blah, blah, blah. You can see here. And then I shared at the time what my income stats were. I'd done $102,000 in cash over the quarter, little stats on where my Facebook group, it's fun for me to look at this now because my Facebook group, here it says 24,000, now it's at like 60,000. So it's fun to see the growth. And then you can see here, it did super, super well. People really resonated with that. People were really excited about it. And that's what we do. We inspire people, we encourage them, and it's a really great way for us to turn those conversations, those little comments, into actual clients without having to overtly promote ourselves in Facebook groups. Second tip is to assign 15 minutes to yourself every single day to answer the commonly asked questions that your clients are always asking you. They're always posting about them in groups, and it's a really easy way for you to quickly, without having to waste a ton of time, create a lot of impact really quickly just by answering those questions that people always seem to have. It makes it look like you're the go-to expert. It makes it look like you really have your ish together, because bam, anytime anybody has a question about marketing, or anytime anybody has a question about sales, or anytime anybody has a question about relationships or health or whatever it is that you do, you're there and you're answering their questions. So let me show you how this works. What you're gonna do is you're gonna make a list of all of your keywords, right? So you're gonna make a list of the typical things people have questions about. And we're looking for one-word keywords here, like marketing, Pinterest, blog, online, whatever you decide your keywords are. If you're a wedding photographer, it might be photos, it might be photographer. Okay, so you're gonna I put it on a little Google Doc. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into these Facebook groups and you're just gonna search for the keyword. So let's pretend that I'm doing marketing. Yeah, first one up here. Does anyone have any digital marketing companies they would recommend? Next one might be looking for an email marketing platform. Bam, you can answer that question. Another email marketing thing, what's a marketing CRM that you like? Talk to me about hiring a marketing company. These are all really good. These are like hot leads too. We'll talk more about that in sneaky tip number 5, but these are all really, really good. You can see here with a quick scroll, I'm finding tons of relevant questions about my topic. Now, what you're gonna do is take 15 minutes every day. This is very easy, it's 15 minutes, and you're just gonna pop in and answer the questions. And that way, as people are in that group, you keep coming up over and over and over and over again anytime anybody has a question about Pinterest. So tip number 2 was one of my favorites. It's a ton of value, super high impact, doesn't take a lot of time at all. Tip number 3 is to go live. Many groups don't have rules about going live because most people don't take advantage of that opportunity. They're really worried to show up, and I get it, like I was too. My first live stream, I was in a janitor's closet. But the point is I did it. I did my first one and it was super scary, but I did 30 days of going live and my business blew up. I had more engagement, more leads, more inquiries than I ever had in the history of my business because I showed up and I went live every day. And so it was an incredibly valuable tool for me, especially when I was first getting started. Keep it really short, 10 to 15 minutes is all you need. And what I really love about it is you can kind of soft promo in live streams. Don't be over the top about this, don't be obnoxious about it, but essentially if someone's like, oh my gosh, this is super amazing, how do I learn more about working with you? Or how do I learn more about this? It's very appropriate in that situation for you to say, oh, if you want more information, just send me a private message. Sneaky tip number 4, commit to teaching one thing about your area of expertise every single day to a Facebook group. If you want to be trusted, you have to be seen as an expert. People pay experts, right? People pay specialists. And so a really fast and frankly easy way to do this is to teach content, to teach valuable things on your area of expertise. If you're a Pinterest specialist, to continue with our example, teach things on Pinterest every single day. What I did to help me was I just said, okay, I'm not gonna make this crazy complicated. I'm not gonna make this overwhelming. I'm just gonna teach one little thing every single day to one Facebook group. It can be different Facebook groups, it can be the same Facebook group, but I'm just gonna teach one thing every single day. All right, so the 5th sneaky tip is one of my classic ones, but it's so good it bears repeating. You're going to use the search bar of big Facebook groups in order to find clients. And here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna pull up a big Facebook group, the bigger the better. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to the search bar up here and you're just gonna search for what it is you do. So let's pretend that you're a website designer. Maybe we'll just do web designer because I feel like a lot of people say web designer. And first thing we see 6 hours ago, who can recommend a web designer who can help fix my website on WordPress? Bam, bunch of things. Next thing, a couple days ago, looking for a professional web designer. Next thing, earlier this month, looking for a web designer that can get a website up and running within 4 weeks. Literally last month, looking for help finding a web designer developer. Any recommendations? Okay, ladies, if you are not jumping on this opportunity to find people who are actively searching for what it is you do. Now remember, I just use website as an example. We could have done Pinterest specialist. We could have done health coach. We could have done social media manager. And frankly, you can search your own industry in there. You are missing out on a gold mine. These are very hot leads. These are women who are like, hi, I'm raising my hand. I'm actively interested in what it is you have to offer. I'm actively interested in your packages and in what you do and how you can help me. And so then what you're gonna do is you're gonna comment below and you're gonna send them a message. And this is where I would highly recommend, if you don't already have it, take a look at my Turning DM Conversations into Sales little kit. It's $7, and I actually give you the exact script, step by step by step, what to say to turn those conversations into actual clients. This is a very effective strategy. I've used it for 8 years and it works in all groups, whether or not they allow promo. This is a really good way for you to get yourself out there, to be talking to the right people, to be actively searching out hot leads and then turning those conversations into clients. Hopefully you found this really helpful. I want to reiterate again that all Facebook groups, especially when properly utilized, are a gold mine. That is how I went from not having any money, making $63 in my first year business, to getting booked solid with clients, to then pulling in over $1 million in revenue. Facebook groups is a really big part of that. And so I hope you see the potential that all Facebook groups have, not just the ones that allow promo, but all Facebook groups. They're a really good tool in your tool belt for getting clients. If you want to pick up that little course that I mentioned, you can grab that in the link in the description. Be sure to like this video if you found it helpful. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any of the content that I put out here, just click that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video.